My book date with the Devils? Let's talk about it. Welcome to After the First Date, the series where I share everything from my book date. As a warning, this is a spoiler discussion. So starting with my rating, I gave this Officially Dating. I did an immersion read and the audio really made the story so much more enjoyable for me. I think I would have missed out on a lot of the humorous parts, and I think the narrator did an amazing job with the variety of all the different voices too. The butterflies on my date were really the characters. I found each of them so interesting, and I like that they had such different and unique backstories as well. Out of all of them, I think that Sunny was my favorite. She was just so cute and wholesome for being treated so awfully her whole life. And I really wonder what's going to happen when she's reunited with the other elves since she grew up in isolation from them. I also found Sunny and Alex's romantic developments really cute too, and it felt very natural to me. Alex was also a fun character, and I like that she was always plotting on what she could steal or how she could use the situation to her advantage. It is so messed up that Duke Michael turned on her, and I really felt like I should have seen that coming sooner. I do like that Alex decided to embrace her role and that Brother Diaz is going to be by her side as well at the end of the book. I thought that she had a really nice character arc in all of that. On a side note, I hated all of the marriage and betrothal parts. I'm just glad that it was like political and mild. Otherwise, I would have DNF'd this so fast. And I really can't think about Duke Michael and Severa for too long. That is just so disgusting. I actually sort of came to love Viga, even though she's completely unpredictable and very crass. She might be my second favorite character. It was a little bit heartbreaking to see the different sides of her and what she has to fight through to keep her wolf in check. She really has had such a hard life, and I'm glad that she's able to have a sense of family with this group, especially with Baptiste and Jakob. And speaking of Baptiste, it honestly crushed me when Viga was the one who killed her in her wolf form and then had to deal with all of that devastation in her human form. Like, my heart really broke there, and I was just so angry because why did it have to be Viga in her wolf form that killed Baptiste? Even though Baptiste was probably the character I was least connected or curious about, I thought she was a very strong and important anchor in the group, and I always did feel really safe and reassured in all of her scenes. She really was there for all of them, and you can just feel the loss of her in the group so much. And I also really hope that Jakob is going to be okay too. I really do need to know more about Jakob and his past, especially knowing that he was cursed by his lover. Most of my favorite quotes from this book were things that he said, and I just loved his fighting scenes. And it's so interesting how much he trusts his curse to the point of self-sacrificing himself all the time. I will say at the end, I was really worried that he wasn't going to survive that battle with Duke Michael. From a curiosity standpoint, Rickard is the character that I'm really interested in, especially because it's a choice for him to be part of the group and he really isn't bound. I didn't expect him at all to be one to have chosen to stay with the group, and I just need to know more about him, where he came from, how did he come across this group in the first place, and what really convinced him to stay. He's always in the right place at the right time too, and I don't feel like that's a coincidence. Balthazar was super entertaining as well, and I found many of his scenes really funny. He just wants to be acknowledged for his skills, and I really liked seeing his scheming mind. I was really sad for him when Ziska completely tore him down after he announced that he wanted to serve willingly. I feel like Baptiste would have been so proud of him if she was there. I really thought it was such a big moment when he refused Eudoxia for his character arc, but now that Baptiste is dead and he has so much regret, I really wonder how those emotions are going to fuel his new plans, specifically with knowing that Eudoxia is still alive. Also, I loved that last battle scene so much. It was so intense with all of the different fights happening at the same time. At first, I was wondering if he's going to resurrect Baptiste in some way, but then I saw a bunch of theories online that Baptiste is actually Caruso at the end of the book, which I totally didn't catch, but I can see the validity of those theories now. I truly did not expect Brother Diaz and Viga to have a thing. That was such a confusing but entertaining and funny whirlwind for me. I do like that Brother Diaz is with Alex as well, and I actually didn't expect him to want to continue working for the church since he never wanted to join in the first place. All of the church politics was a little bit confusing for me, but I'm hopeful that it'll make more sense in the next book, and I usually do a reread before I read the sequel, so I think during my reread I'll pick up a little bit more too. Also, selfishly, I think I wanted a little bit more pull and connection through each of the events that they experienced on their journey. Like, I knew they were trying to take Alex to Troy, but once they got there, I was like, why is there still so many pages left in the book? what else is going to happen? This might just be me because I struggled to understand the church politics completely, or maybe I just wasn't as compelled with those politics in the storyline, but I just feel like I needed a little bit more, and it felt like I was just witnessing the scenes play out, and I think I wanted to be more in on the knowing. Like, the scenes themselves were really fun, but I just wanted a little bit more connection between them so I could feel like I was in on the journey and going on it with them. I don't know how to articulate this or if any of this makes sense. Overall, I thought it was such an entertaining read. I'm really invested in the characters, and I definitely want to read the next book once it comes out. Those are just some of the highlights from my book date, and I have to know, how did yours go?